Welcome, my friends, to a place where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, where shadows whisper secrets best left unheard. Tonight we journey to the haunted bridges, those lonely crossroads between the living and the dead. Across the world, these steel and stone sentinels stand watch over rushing waters, but many conceal a much darker history. Prepare yourselves, dear viewers, as we delve into the chilling legends that have sent shivers down spines for generations. Our first stop takes us to a secluded stretch of road, shrouded in an almost perpetual fog, a place where the air feels heavy with untold stories. It's here we find Emily's Bridge, a weathered stone arch that seems to sag under the weight of its own sorrow, as if it remembers the tragedy that unfolded here. Locals whisper tales of a young woman named Emily, a bride-to-be whose world crumbled on her wedding day, leaving her dreams shattered. Picture this. The year is 1924. Emily, adorned in a beautiful white gown, waits patiently at the altar, her heart full of hope. Her heart flutters with anticipation, every beat echoing the promise of a lifetime of happiness with the man she loves. But as the minutes bleed into an hour, a chilling realization creeps over her. He's not coming. He'd abandoned her, leaving her heartbroken and humiliated, her dreams crushed. Consumed by grief and unable to bear the thought of a life without her beloved, she fled the church, the whispers of shocked guests echoing in her ears, each murmur a dagger to her heart. She ran, her white dress billowing behind her like a phantom, until she reached this bridge, a place that would become her final refuge. It was here, under the cover of the dense fog, that Emily, driven to the edge of despair, took her own life, her sorrow too great to bear. Some say she jumped from the highest point, her anguished cries swallowed by the rushing water below, lost to the night. Others whisper that she tied her wedding veil to the railing, a final, tragic symbol of her lost love, before plunging into the dark depths, her heartache echoing in the night. Now her spirit, forever trapped in its sorrow, is said to haunt the bridge, searching eternally for her lost love, her presence felt by those who dare to visit. Locals say that on foggy nights, the very same conditions that masked Emily's final moments, you can hear the chilling sound of a woman weeping, a sound that pierces the silence. It's a mournful, haunting sound filled with an unbearable sadness that chills you to the bone, a reminder of her eternal grief. Some have even reported seeing a figure on the bridge, a solitary woman in a white dress, her form shimmering and indistinct in the fog, like a memory that refuses to fade. She paces the length of the bridge, her cries echoing in the night, forever searching, forever lost in her grief, a soul unable to find peace. Those brave enough to venture onto the bridge late at night leave flowers, a small token of sympathy for the heartbroken bride, a gesture of compassion. But beware, for Emily's sorrow is said to be potent, her despair palpable, lingering in the air. Emily's Bridge stands as a chilling reminder that some wounds, even death, cannot heal, a testament to a love lost and a heart broken. Our next destination takes us deep into the heart of New Jersey, to a winding stretch of asphalt known as Clinton Road. This is no ordinary road, my friends. It's a place where the woods whisper with secrets, where reality itself seems to warp and twist, and where a phantom hitchhiker roams, forever seeking a ride he can never finish. For decades, stories have circulated about a spectral passenger who appears on Clinton Road, his presence a harbinger of unease and dread. He's often described as a young man dressed in the fashion of a bygone era, his thumb outstretched in the universal sign of a hitchhiker seeking passage. Drivers who have encountered him speak of a chilling sense of discomfort, a sudden drop in temperature within their vehicles as he climbs in, the air growing thick with an unspoken dread. They tell of his unsettling silence, his eyes reflecting an emptiness that speaks of realms beyond our own. But the most unsettling aspect of this phantom hitchhiker is his sudden and inexplicable disappearance. One moment he's there, a tangible presence in the passenger seat, and the next he's gone, vanished into thin air, leaving behind only a lingering chill and the echo of unanswered questions. Some believe he is the spirit of a young man who met an untimely demise on this very road, the victim of a tragic accident. They say he continues to walk the asphalt, seeking to complete his final journey, forever trapped between this world and the next. One particularly chilling tale tells of a driver who, on a dark and stormy night, spotted a lone figure standing by the roadside. Feeling a pang of sympathy, the driver pulled over, offering the hitchhiker a ride. The stranger, his clothes soaked through, gratefully accepted, sliding into the passenger seat. As they drove, the rain intensified, hammering against the car like 1,000 tiny fists. The driver tried to engage the hitchhiker in conversation, but the man remained eerily silent, his gaze fixed on the road ahead. Suddenly, the hitchhiker pointed towards an upcoming bend, his voice a raspy whisper that seemed to emanate from the very air itself. "Be careful here," he warned. "This is where it happened." The driver, unnerved by the hitchhiker's words, slowed down, his heart pounding in his chest. As they rounded the bend, the car skidded on the wet asphalt, careening off the road and crashing into a ditch. The driver, dazed and confused, looked over to the passenger seat, only to find it empty. The hitchhiker had vanished, leaving the driver to wonder if he had ever been there at all. Our final destination tonight leads us to the shadowy depths of Sleepy Hollow, a place steeped in legend and shrouded in an eerie, timeless mist. This mist seems to carry whispers of the past, echoing tales of mystery and fear. Here, amidst the gnarled trees and whispering reeds, stands a bridge that has borne witness to centuries of history, both real and imagined. The bridge itself seems to groan under the weight of countless stories, each more chilling than the last. It is a place where the past bleeds into the present, where the clatter of hooves echoes through the night, and where a headless spectre rides, forever seeking his lost head. The air is thick with the sense of something unseen, something waiting just beyond the veil of reality. This, my friends, is the domain of the Headless Horseman, a figure of folklore so ingrained in our collective consciousness that it transcends mere ghost story and becomes a symbol of our deepest fears, of the darkness that lurks at the edge of our vision. His legend is a reminder of the unknown, of the things that go bump in the night. The legend dates back to the time of the American Revolution, a period of bloody conflict and unspeakable brutality. It was a time when the line between life and death was perilously thin, and the horrors of war left indelible marks on the land and its people. It is said that the horseman was once a Hessian soldier, a fierce warrior renowned for his ruthlessness in battle. His reputation for brutality was matched only by his skill, making him a formidable opponent on the battlefield. During a particularly gruesome skirmish, he met a grisly end, his head severed from his body by a cannonball's blast. The violence of his death was so extreme that it seemed to anchor his spirit to this world, unable to find peace. Now, his spirit, forever bound to the site of his demise, is said to haunt the Sleepy Hollow Bridge, a spectral embodiment of the violence and chaos of war. The bridge has become a portal between the living and the dead, a place where the past refuses to rest. He rides through the night, his spectral steed's hooves kicking up dust and leaves in his wake, his presence heralded by the chilling sound of a horse exhaling its last breath. The very air seems to freeze in his presence, a cold that seeps into the bones. Those who claim to have encountered him tell of an imposing figure cloaked in darkness riding a massive black steed. His silhouette is a terrifying sight, a dark blot against the night sky. The sound of the horse's hooves pounding against the wooden planks of the bridge is enough to send shivers down even the bravest soul's spine. Each step seems to echo with the weight of centuries of fear and legend. But it is the sight of the horseman himself, or rather the lack thereof, that truly chills the blood. The absence of a head is a grotesque reminder of his violent end, a sight that defies the natural order. For where a head should be, there is only emptiness, a void that seems to suck the very light from the air. This void is a black hole of despair, drawing in all who dare to look upon it. Some say he carries a jack-o'-lantern in place of his head, its grotesque grin mocking the living as he rides past. The flickering light of the lantern casts eerie shadows, adding to the sense of dread. Others claim to have seen him holding his severed head aloft, its eyes burning with an infernal light. This ghastly sight is said to be a harbinger of doom, a warning to those who dare to cross his path. The Headless Horseman is not merely a passive spectre, content to simply haunt the bridge. His presence is an active force, a relentless reminder of the past's grip on the present. Legend has it that he is driven by a relentless rage, a thirst for vengeance that can never be quenched. His anger is a palpable force, a dark energy that fuels his eternal quest for retribution. And so we reach the end of our journey tonight, my friends, having traversed the haunted bridges and confronted the spirits that linger there. The stories we've explored serve as chilling reminders that the past never truly dies, that the echoes of our actions, our joys and our sorrows can resonate through time, leaving an indelible mark on the world. If you found yourself captivated by these tales, be sure to like, comment and subscribe to our channel for more explorations into the darkest corners of our world and the spirits that dwell there. Until we meet again, my friends, may your sleep be peaceful, and may your dreams be free of headless horsemen, vanishing hitchhikers, and weeping brides.